Welcome to the Trinity TechCast. This is episode number 68. 68. Because last week was 67. I promise you. I'm very good. No, I won't make this mistake. I won't make a mistake for the rest of the year. Promise. Hey, it's June. Alright? We're in first week of June, right? Yeah. First week of June. This is like the 6 month kind of goal milestone setting kind of thing.
Yeah, to go back and look on all your New Year's resolutions / goals and see where you're at. Yeah. Either you're disappointed or you're on the right track. And I think most people might be a little disappointed. They lose the way they want to lose.
What about you? Like, what half year goals you set and you're on track for? You're not to say all. But anything you set?
Yeah, I'm on track for some of them. Some in terms of, or let's say in terms of like finances, in terms of goals in terms of work related or training related, gaining more experience in certain things. Yeah, on track in some of them, and it has some a little behind it, but if I had to give myself a grade, I'd probably have like a A-, B+ somewhere there. Yeah. I'll probably get a 1.
You'll get a
high 2 or whatever.
A high 2 with a 1 with a ABB profile.
ABB pro. And you could get ABC too with a 1.
Yeah. If the A1 real high and the B high, but didn't make the A and the C was just above the B. But yeah, depending on the curve and thing. What about me? I don't think. What did I set by? Yeah, I set some ambitious goals and I failed. But because they were so ambitious, things looking good now. Things looking good that we get to a certain point. Like I have to have a mid-year meeting with my staff. Next week. Well, Monday, tomorrow. Yeah. Well, we're recording Sunday. Today's Sunday, the 2nd of June. So we had to have a mid-year meeting basically to plan what the rest of the year going to look like and kind of evaluate what we did for the first half of the year. And I think we set some good goals. And then personally, I think I was trying my best to manage life better. And put certain practices in place to manage life better and keep a consistent bedtime, wake up, drink water. The only thing that I really suck at is taking vitamins.
Oh.
I do believe I'm not a pill popper now. Like for those of you who listening, Akeem just have a whole box of vitamins there. What is? There's a free ad. What it is?
There's like one a day.
Yeah. Gummies. I say daughter.
And the old school cod liver oil.
Oh, okay. I give up on the vitamins, boy. I try an experiment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this for 2 months straight and see if I feel any difference.
Yeah.
And I reached like 6 weeks and I felt no different. Like no different. Nothing at all. Like no placebo. I was saying I was going to be real honest with myself and I was going to take these vitamins and see if I do actually feel better. But I didn't, so I stopped. And I'm still feeling the same way.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, do I feel better? I think so.
When I went to get blood, they told me that my iron levels was low. Well, not as high as it should be. There's like everything about my blood good, but it's just my iron levels. So I was like, okay, that's just green leafy vegetables that I don't eat as much as I should because it take time to prepare that now. But yeah, so the second half of the year will come, and for those of you who are listening, if you haven't, like, if you don't do a self-assessment ever so often, you might just end up coasting through life now. You shouldn't coast through life. You should.
I mean, since you talk about like personal stuff, like personal goals, like for me, I think I don't know if I said it on the podcast, I was doing this fitness program thing called 75 hard, so I lose. So since I did it, I lost like 20 pounds. You know, part of it is reading 10 pages of our book every day. So I do that, drink a gallon of water. So I've been doing that since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's normally that was what it's called this thing. We normally talk about that backstage, or like before we start the podcast, and we check and see how we can. He's normally tell me that. So, well, a privilege to hear that information. That's that's good to know. That's good to know. Remember when I told you I started the online course, the free online course, the product management course? Yeah, I fall off on that real bad, real bad. But that's because I started, and then exam season started to hit. And I had a lot of schoolwork to do, a lot of exams, tests, mock exams, straight into CXC exams. But now, CXC finish. Well, CXC going on finish. So, I'm going to start back. And by the end of this month, I promise you I'm going to finish that course, because it matters now, because I have a lot of planning to do for the rest of the year. And I want to actually finish that course so that I could plan with some sort of intelligence, or plan with some sort of, what's it with? I don't know. Insight. Incisiveness. Insight on what I'm going to do. Yeah. All right, well, that was the intro. I'm glad that you all appreciate the fact that we share a little bit about our lives ever so often. Last week, you know the clip with the video that we played didn't play properly. Somebody sent me a message and said that the audio was missing. And I was like, oh, right. I know why. So we won't let that happen again today, because we won't be playing any video clips. So today we are talking about we have a cybersecurity operations center. The Prime Minister was there in a big way. I think Shivan posted a video about it.
Yeah, he was. I was kind of chatting with him, but didn't really get to chat much about it.
So he posted a video, and well, on one hand, I was glad that he got invited, and on the other hand, I was glad that I was not invited, because I honestly can't handle them thing, you know. Yeah. That kind of product launch, multiple people giving speeches and using buzzwords and things.
All the fake smiles. And
and then you had to go and stand up and do a little cocktails and stand up and talk to people and do
but on the flip side, it could be a good thing, you know, again, to meet certain people. You never know. Might have an opportunity somewhere. So in our senses, we are a good thing sometimes, but I get what you mean, like, you know. Yeah. The whole putting on, it's kind of hard to put on a little act, a little, you know, it's like, hey.
Yeah. Maybe one day I might have to do it for business purposes, but genuinely deep down inside, I don't like it. If I could get somebody to do that, and I'll be like, let's say I have an employee, and I'll be like, here, you go to those things, you have fun, go, talk, network, give me to whatever you had to meet and do whatever you had to do, and I'm cool. I will just sit down and make sure that the Linux server working properly. Cool. Yeah.
I mean, I'll admit I do that sometimes. Like,
but that's part of your requirement. It's part of your job requirement. That's your job spec. You're basically getting paid to do that.
Yeah.
But if you're not getting paid to do it, you had to have some sort of internal self-motivation to decide, okay, this is what I need to succeed. So therefore,
if you're not getting paid to do it, you have to go into it thinking you're gonna get something out of it, in the sense that, you know, if I go to this event, you're going to have a lot of CEOs, you're going to have a lot of these people there, you know, maybe something might pop up, talk to the right person, that kind of thing.
I'm sorry, we sidetracked so bad. I was introducing the topics that we're going to talk about. Wait, all right, topic number one was, we have a cybersecurity operations center. Cool, we'll talk about that and the things that they said. Next one is, did you pay your taxes? Because there seems to be some sort of data analytics center that they're going to put up to track tax evaders, which I have a lot to say about. A lot. But we'll get there. And then the EU has a lot to say about AI, and they've put some sort of AI laws in place, and we're not too sure how AI laws will look in a world where we're not even sure how AI will look. But we will get to them as we go through. So We're going to our first topic, which is the Cybersecurity Operations Center. All right, so I'm going to share the article from Loop because Loop has some nice quotes and stuff inside about what was said instead of us showing the video. So, the Prime Minister commends the launch of the first Cybersecurity Operations Center, the SOC. And the SOC its goal is to give some sort of place or central location where all the threats and the global security threats could be analyzed and we could protect against it. Before we even go into the article, I just want to let you know that I don't think this will reach anywhere. Because the cybersecurity issues that we have is a human-based problem. That the best is that they launch a cybersecurity school and start to teach people. That's my thought. But maybe there may be things going on in the background that we can't see. You know, like 90% of the attacks that does go on in your body, antibodies just deal with without you even knowing, right? So when you get a cold, it's because your body fight it for weeks in advance and you now seeing it actually making it out. So if that's the case and it's fighting in the background, maybe. But do you think this matters, or do you think this is going to turn out into anything before we even read through the article?
I mean, I probably share similar sentiments. And like, you're gonna have this I forget what you call it. We're gonna have this more or less cybersecurity operations center, right? Yeah, can they monitor the whole everything? Like you could monitor the weak points in terms of, as you say, in terms of the infrastructure or whatever, but you only are strong as your weakest link. And if you have people in your organization, you know, have passwords in plain text, getting caught by phishing emails, you know, you can have the best cybersecurity in the world, you know, but a part of, as you say, a part of their mandate as well is education and, you know, not just monitoring and from that standpoint, but also prevention, cybersecurity prevention, putting things in place, you know, to even prevent the attacks, not just response and monitoring, you know. But even before we go into it, I just had an observation, you know, that company, Precision, what's the name of the company? Precision Cyber Technologies and Digital Solutions. You know?
Right, yeah.
Did you know their CEO is the ex-TSTT
Don't tell me,
CEO?
oh gosh. Like, no, Lisa?
No, not Lisa. The guy right before Lisa. He was the TSTT CEO for, I think, Walcott. Something Walcott.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, yeah. I remember.
He was the CEO for like 14 years. Right, and right after he left or resigned from TSTT in 2021, he created this company. So this company is like 3 years old.
Yeah, I want to put my tinfoil hat on conspiracy theory, but there we go. Okay.
So, right. Yeah, understand. Because I was looking, I was like, I asked somebody, have I heard about this company? It's like, no, I don't think I've heard about this company. So I just went on do some slight Googling, you know, and I was like, okay. And was able to get that contract with the IDB and the government.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he worked with the government for 14 years, so.
All right, stop. We will catch our case. We will get a pre-action protocol. All right, so let's go through the article and see if we could pull out some things that are noteworthy. There are many noteworthy things, but
yeah.
Dr. Rowley said government has introduced the cybersecurity tax allowance to incentivize companies to invest in cybersecurity measures to protect their business. The tax break allows for up to $500,000. Additionally, he said the Ministry of Digital Transformation has completed a series of consultations on the launch of an app for the government's iGovTT website. So they were talking about, well, this place now has the ability to monitor and protect against cyber attacks, right? That's the whole point of our Operation Center, SOC. Now, the Operation Center I don't know what they're going to monitor. I guess I'll probably have to ask Shivam because he was there to listen to them talk about it. But what they're going to monitor is the threats or the attacks. Like when you get an attack, do you go to them? Do you go to the Ministry of Digital Transformation? And they're encouraging people to invest in cybersecurity measures. Do you go to these people for consultation? Or are they just like a place that you subscribe to and they check your routers to see if anything happening, or if you have to do an investigation, do you call them? What is happening? So I'm going to tell you what's it. The SOC will be able to provide real-time monitoring to empower both large organizations and MSMEs, medium to small enterprises, with the tools and insights needed to protect companies' digital assets and safeguard information. Some of the services offered include vulnerability, attack and risk assessment, managed security programs, incident response and mediation, 24/7 monitoring, hardware and software solutions, as well as a range of digital solutions and products. Services offered are also targeted to be within the price range of small and medium-sized businesses. And they have a Facebook page, Precision Cyber TT, because Precision Cyber TT doesn't have a website. Come now, man. Let me see. Nah, I doubt.
I told you, they're probably...
Wait. Nope. Precision Cyber TT. Oh, they have a website. Okay. Precision Cyber Technologies. Precision-cyber.com.
What is it?
Precision-cyber.com. I'm sharing it now. Precision-cyber.com. Services, cybersecurity solutions, nothing underneath there. Digital solutions, data analytics, automation, cloud migration, data management, data forensics. I ain't seen any cybersecurity services in the list under secure. But I mean, the website could be updated. They are checkpoint partner. They have all the logos of the people that they
right.
That they would.
So I just went to LinkedIn, the social security media network that you're supposed to be on as well. So
let's not mention that. Okay, go ahead.
So just looking at their page, right? Like you could do a search for the company and see persons with the positions that work there, So they have like a lead analyst, then they have a program manager, a SOC analyst, one who was hired last month. A lot of these people were hired this year. One guy who was there since 2021. They have an admin assistant hired in May. So it looked like you have a sales associate hired in March. So it looked like, they got this project and,
Yeah. They
have a chief commercial officer that's been there since last year. Okay. Yeah, so...
There is, the website has, the cool stuff, Kaspersky, Fortnite, Checkpoint, all of the things that would do that. So, essentially, what's happening is that this company is going to be the middleman or the one that provides the... Well, basically, everything I read from the article, that is what the website has. Vulnerability and risk assessment, compliance assessment, penetration testing, incident response and mediation, 24/7 monitoring. It looked like they just didn't put certain words because they look kind of weird. They didn't put penetration testing in the article because probably the person that was writing the article was like, what is penetration testing? That sounds kind of weird. I'm not going to put it there. General security assessments, hardware and software. So they don't really have any education stuff. I could show you, look, this is the cybersecurity solutions here. Well, it's kind of small, but basically, every company, what it sounds like to me, is if you want this $500,000 tax break, you gotta go to these guys and get them to check your network. They will bill you and they will end up getting paid by the government to damn it. And kind of running straight back to what you started off with.
I know, you tell me cease and desist.
Yeah. It kind of seems like this is the partner company that is going to provide all the services at a cost, and that cost will be tax deductible to you. However, they will still be paid to them, and we can't vouch for the services or say anything bad about it because we don't know what the services are and how good they may be. However, this whole meeting was to advertise these services that are available to small companies.
Yeah. So you see, if you actually went to the event, you know, I guess some of these questions answered.
What he is referring to, y'all, to those of y'all who listening, is, just in case you didn't hear it, I don't want to go to any of these events. And if I go to these events, I'll have so much questions, but you don't get to ask questions.
Yeah. I mean, in the presentation, some things may be answered and like offline. And they might meet and talk to some people in a little circle.
Yeah. Understood. Yeah, I agree with you. We'll ask Shivam. I'll message him. I'll be like, so yeah. But Shivam did a video, and at the end of his video, he did what we've come to expect from Shivam. He said, yeah, all of this was nice, you know, but if people then really take the time to understand what cybersecurity is and take it seriously, it's not going to stop anything. And that was the first thing that came to my mind. When I started watching the video that Shivam post, I was like, nice. No, the Prime Minister was there. Okay, cool. Yeah, great, wonderful. But all these cybersecurity issues that we're going to have is come straight back down to people. And you could put all the things in place, all the monitoring in place and whatnot. Just like with the TT posting, somebody could just be like, oh, I'm going to put my credit card information here. Oh, yeah, the admin sent my password reset. And this time it's not the admin sending the password reset. Yeah, just put in your admin password for all those different things.
Yeah, and so you think part of this, well, is probably the case. You think part of this is because of all the attacks that has been happening over the past few months or year or so, and you know, you probably saw that the IDB had funding probably for cybersecurity or something, and you know, put together a proposal, work with this company, get the funding, and this how this came about.
Yeah, 100%, yes. And from what I've learned about links and whatnot, the government
allegedly.
Yeah, what I've learned about it is that sometimes somebody who's like a minister will be like, all right, we have this IDB thing coming up and we need to get people. And then somebody will be like, yeah, I know somebody who knows somebody. I'll call them. And then you call your partner. I don't know if it's their partner. This is totally alleged. And they say, hey, do up a proposal quick. We have something here. And if you submit it within the next 5 days, you're guaranteed to get through. And then they'll be like, okay, cool. Ping, ping, ping. Put some hires out. Get whatever it is. And I'm saying that that's the case with this. But I have seen that in many places. Like they'll be like, hey, if you send me this thing now, you'll get through because they're looking fit and some kind of thing. So.
The only caveat I'll add is when you're dealing with the IDB, you have a lot of, it'll be that straightforward. It have a lot of hoops you have to jump through in terms of requirements and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be like a we call it a sole tender.
Yeah.
You know, but in working with the IDB, say if a company working with the IDB to send out an RFP for something, you know, you yourself would have, people might still do that to be like, hey, this company, we send out this tender or whatever, you know, and let whoever bid, but you'll have the other bids. But in the end, when you're selecting it, I mean, you can still select your preferred person in the background, but the IDB would also have to sign off on it as well.
Yeah,
you know, so you just have to make sure, you know, so in this case, that probably didn't happen because the IDB have a lot have a few hoops it's had to jump through, but at the same time, you yourself could suggest to the IDBA, this who we want, and as long as that person or company satisfy the requirements, you know, it could go through.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will see. I can't see myself applying for any cybersecurity measures in the near future. But maybe, I don't know, the institution that you work for, the company that you work for, they might, you know, they might want to seek some sort of cybersecurity consultancy. Yeah, you might want to send a, you know, a letter to, I don't know, your boss. Or maybe, or you are the boss. I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm not the boss for the whole IT. That's one part. But I don't think so. We have a cybersecurity response team internally.
Nice.
You know, so
the fact that his services offered are also targeted to be within the price range of small and medium-sized businesses. I kind of want to know what the price range is, but I also don't want to know.
Request a demo. What are you being demonstrated?
I don't know. They might try to hack you. They'll be like, hey, we did a penetration test and we realized that we were able to access the IP address of your server. Thanks.
Yeah. You saw the team on the site, the corporate profile?
Nah, I'll come off the website actually.
They have quite a team.
Do say diverse.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, that too, but
that's now corporate profile. All right, I'm gonna share it back. Just for kicks. Corporate profile.
The team of extents look like.
Oh yes, this is the man. Yes, I remember. Yeah, this is the of TSCT. Mr. Edward, Director, Security Consultant. Ooh, well, he definitely wanted to sit down in the background with a hoodie on, because he don't have a corporate pick.
Yeah.
When they don't have a corporate pick, you'll be like, yeah, he read teaming, penetration testing, incident response. Yeah, that's the man that going to take the fall. If things go south, it'd be like, hey boy, man didn't do it properly. A selfie you have there, no? A selfie on the website. Hey, wow. Consultant, yeah, that's a semi-corporate pick. This one is our corporate pick here, yeah. CEO of Cyberhawk, cutting edge security team. And this one look like Lena from Trinidad. Jacob Pankachen. Yeah. No female representations. No, what they gonna get vexed with that. They'll be like, women know cybersecurity too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am not impressed. Not.
I would get them see what they do.
Okay. I am happy that it exists. Yeah. I am just not happy with how the conversation went when we started to just pick out very simple, basic things and realize that, yeah, this may not be what we thought it was. Yeah. It's not like a cybersecurity kind of thing for the government that is going to ensure that everything in the government is squeaky clean. It's basically technically a ad. Technically, but okay, cool. Cool. No further questions. All right, no further comments at all. The only comment that I ask is, do you pay your taxes? That is the question. The Ministry of Education has handled my taxes for me. I'll have to do that TD4, but I haven't done. Anyway, we'll talk about that when we come back next week in the next thing, because we're going to see that data analytics is a thing that they're going to do to track tax evaders, and are coming in hot. I want to know are coming in hot. Have you ever tried to order something online using a Visa debit card, but you can't? Is shopping online something you always do already using a Skybox, but sometimes you need advice on knowing what to buy or what will work? I'm Mr. Charles from makeITsimpleTT, and we aim to make technologies that solve problems in a Caribbean context. So we created Order It, What is it, you ask? What is Order It? It's an app and a website that helps you order it in 2 ways. The first way is if you already order things online. You're familiar with using a Skybox, you're familiar with using a credit card, but sometimes you don't always have answers to certain questions, like which laptops will get a warranty in Trinidad, which phones will work on the digital network or the mobile network. So our app helps you order it. Every product that we list in the app, we will let you know the truth based on the experience of 20 years of ordering things online and using various Skyboxes in Trinidad and Tobago. So here are some of the questions that the app answers for you based on the products that we list. What are the taxes? Why does it cost so much when I actually get it? What is dimensional weight? All these questions and more, we answer in the app because we want to help you order it. All you have to do is simply pick from our list of recommended items that we know and trust because we've ordered it already. Follow through the payment process. We'll order it and we can even have it delivered to you. So why don't you give it a try? Search for Order It by makeITsimpleTT in the App Store or the Google Play Store, or you can even go online to orderit.makeITsimpleTT.com and check and see if we could answer some of your questions and help you in the process of ordering it. Alright, question, do you pay your taxes?
Of course.
Do you file your TD4 every year and get your tax return for your whatever, your first time owner's insurance? Or,
I ain't got a return for last year yet. And I filed it since last year, April. So I ain't got a return yet. But yeah, I've been filing it every year for the past 11 years or so.
Right. Okay. I missed a few years in between, but I know I have to do it this year because I'm a first time homeowners.
That does take long. Yeah. So that is why mine taking so long. I think I could claim it for 5 years.
For 5 years,
first time I did it, it took like a year for me to get it back.
Yeah.
And this time I filed it since last year and still I get last year, April. As the same day I get my TD4, I file it.
Yeah.
And now we in June, I ain't get that one yet. The one for, not last year, 2022. I ain't get my 2022 one yet. I filed that since last year. I ain't get that. I'm a 2023 return. I filed that in April and nothing. So I just have money there waiting to get back.
Yeah, I definitely had to do that because that money, I can't let that
So,
run.
I mean, it's a difference between that type of tax and the other type of tax, which is where you could kind of evade, you know. When you have an employer and the employer have all the ducks in a row, especially if it's government, your taxes come out automatically. It's people who kind of have their own companies or are self-employed type things. Do those people pay taxes?
That's
I mean, I fall in that category.
Me too. I fall in there too, and I'm very, very concerned that I will end up in some sort of problem. But as far as I know, I kind of safe because you had to make plenty of money to get tax.
Like, not necessarily. Because like once you make a profit, depending on what type of entity you have, if it's sole trader, if it's a LLC, or whatever, you know, once you make a profit, you know, you might have to pay. I mean, it's always to...
I break even.
Yeah, it's always to say, hey, my expenses is more, whatever, but... You know, if you decide to audit it, you gotta make sure you could.
Yeah, so...
You have an accountant?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But...
Well, your accountant to be able to, like... I could...
Something so. Alright, so the article here is like Data Analytics Center to track taxi beaters. They are going to put something in place to catch the people, right? So it's like the Uncle Sam coming for you. They seem to have some sort of Uncle Sam layout where it's going to automatically check it, right? So as part of its efforts to prevent tax evasion, the TT Revenue Authority, TTRA, will establish a data analytics center. The TTRA chairman, Nigel Edwards, said it is one of the measures to be implemented to enhance revenue collection and ensure compliance with tax laws. In an interview with Guardian Media yesterday, Edwards outlined the TTRA's objectives as it prepares to commence operations. In a ruling on Tuesday, the Court of Appeal deemed it constitutional for the TTRA to set up operations for tax collection. So apparently you couldn't do it before. Here's the paragraph that I will die over. Several large corporations have been identified as owing the Board of Inland Revenue. Among them is Movietong, the owner of Movietong, which owes $93 million in unpaid taxes and penalties, while the TT Radio Network, owned by Tony Chaulinon, popularly known as Chinese Laundry, owes $34 million. My issue is Trinidad and Tobago is such a place where you could put these things in place. You could have all the software, all the data analytics, all that, and they point in a particular direction, but you just have some people you can't touch. And if you touch those people, dominoes will start to fall for all kind of different reasons. First of all, how is a man racking up $93 million in taxes?
Yeah.
How long it taken to do that? And who watching that and saying, yeah, boy, that bad, eh? Okay, cool. Next year we go. And for it to reach 93 million, what you had to be doing, because that ain't happening in 1 year, that means there is some sort of person or people at the end of the workflow that have to pull the trigger. So no matter how much data analytics you put in place, they will then pull the trigger on people like you and me. And big people who have rank or have status, who have, the haves, not the have-nots, they just going to be like, yeah, I'm not paying that. And you can't do anything about it. Because if you come for me, I could do so and so and so and so and so and so. That's the talk. That's the talk on the street.
In their cases, they trying to work out like a payment plan or something, but in my mind, what type of payment plan you going to work out to recover 93 million or 94 million? How long that will take?
Yeah, that's plenty money.
It kind of, honestly, it kind of ridiculous that it reached to that amount. Because that's, as I said, that's not 1 year. It could be that those owing for a few years, and if you don't pay, it's our interest to pay. It's how to pay interest every month, a percentage every month. So it could be late fees, penalties, all of that adding up. But still,
they did say penalties also.
Put it this way, right? If that was the IRS and a business owed 94 million, what do you think was going to happen?
What's Chapter 11 bankruptcy? You had to file for bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Because they can't pay it.
If it was a person, it'd be in jail.
Well, if it was a person, honestly, if it was a person, let me say for example, it's Donald Trump. The IRS, in the States, they tracking him for a while. But it has certain people who have businesses that's so chopped up, so wide-ranging that when you try to charge them for taxes, they could lawyer up real easy and say all kind of things about this, and this was that transfer to here, and that is not a part of this business, or a part of that business is an expense for this. Because the accountants could cook the books very well. So the people who have the resources to do that, they tend to be able to avoid tax in the IRS. But that's only the biggest of the big. Like Elon Musk, real taxes owing. Donald Trump have plenty taxes owing. Somebody else, the GM, not the GM person, and plenty of the artists on them, like the rap artists on them, they just get
swipes.
Yes, them, the singers on them, they just get hit real hard because them is low hanging fruit because they always flossing the money now, and the IRS just be like, you could talk about how much money you made on tour and whatnot. Okay, cool. Knock. Yeah. We heard that you made this amount of money and that a certain amount of that goes for taxes. And those kind of people just get it hard. But you see the business tycoons, they could fight through. So Movietong and Chinese Laundry, they would count as our business tycoons in a sense. But the other people who have, I don't know, like you say, you have your small, your company doing import and export. Let me say import and export. Import and export, those are fixed figures. Those figures are documented. It have documents on the port. It have documents from the company you buy it from or whatnot. And your company has a particular amount of money in making, right, they could get tax easy. But let me say Movie Tongue. Movie Tongue have no, let me say, I know some of my students, they're gonna work movie tongue and them getting paid in cash. Like I pass students that get a little N in movie tongue for the holidays.
And they getting paid in cash. No
envelope with money. I promise you up to I don't know when's the last time that happened, but it was before COVID. But even at that point in time, everybody should have a bank account and they collecting money, right? Yeah. No, cash. And them kind of things, you could do that. And let me say you have a radio network, right? Well, you're only using the two examples that we have here because that's what it has, right? A radio network. And you have DJs, you have announcers, you have people in accounting, you have people in whatnot. You could say one station making a certain amount of money and another station not making a certain amount of money. And then you could say, okay, well, then we had to pay the people on this station a certain amount of money. And all sorts of things and move plenty money around within the organization that hard to figure out where the taxes will apply because it's not structured like the government. So putting the data analytics in place, as you always say, you need to have good data. If you don't have good data to analyze, you're basically shooting yourself in the foot because
and I mean
nothing to look forward to.
You'd catch people who doing things legitimately. That's who you're gonna catch. People who not doing things according to the book, and as I say, the paying in cash or those are primarily cash business. Unless you go and start looking at people assets and how they're spending money every day and all of that, how are you going to catch somebody like that who, like you say, all those deal with is in cash? They might have a bank account or whatever, but primarily in cash. They're doing everything in cash. I think the other day we had a bill where I was trying to look at, getting to look at your assets and trying to come down on you based on that, but I don't think it went anyway. So how are you going to catch people who operate like that?
Well, I guess they have this goal, this kind of utopic goal to say that every business must have a bank account now and everything that you have to do you can't pay people they can't tell you can't pay people in cash anymore. You just, I don't know. They might be putting this thing in place and it will, I guess people who have to interact with the government in terms of getting contracts from the government, making payments or the government paying you or some kind of thing like that, they might be the ones that have a stand to get caught in the data analytics checks and whatnot. But you see the companies that have nothing to do with the government, like Movie Tongue and the TT Radio Network, Chinese laundry and them, they have nothing to do with the government. The government have nothing to do with them. We have other companies that have zero contracts or whatnot. Who will get people like us get them road contracts on them? Like Junior Sammy and Jasamco and all them places, right? They directly have to deal with the government to get money to thing and whatnot, and they have in the contract or the tender they have to show the amount of money that they thing in or whatnot.
But they operate at a different level.
Oh yes, and
they have
a way different
relationships with the government. You know what I mean. So
well, that's our next thing to bring up too. Will this data analytics call out some things, and then some people will just pull the trump card and be like, let me make a call.
And definitely.
You make one call and that's it. I'll always remember the story somebody told me in the mid 20, between 2010 and 2020, somewhere around there, 2015, let me say, right? 2016. That he was working in the FIU, Financial Intelligence Unit. And he said, I spent 2 years tracking a particular company. I get a file with 600 pages of evidence about financial fraud and all them kind of things. And he submitted the folder to particular superior. And the superior said, nah, we can't touch it. And pushed the folder to the side. 2 years of work this man put in. And proper work, tracking thing, following the money, following the receipts, all that kind of thing. To hear, now we can't touch it. That kind of thing, that remind me what this article is saying. All that data analytics could take place. The system could be showing 15 red flags, and then they could say, yeah, no.
Yeah,
which is entirely possible.
Yeah. And if you look at it, at a certain point, that's not just a Trinidad specific issue where it has certain
Correct.
people or certain organizations they can't touch. Because over here, you might call people financiers or whatever when it's time for elections. Yeah, he's financed this party, he's financed that party. So you might have some type of unspoken obligation or relationship there. But in the US, for example, there are lobbyists, there are companies that does lobby governors or senators or whatever based on a particular policy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they just pass laws based on that lobby, which is kind of the same thing again, money to have a certain position, to hold a certain position. So if, say Facebook or Google or one of those companies have a certain, probably say this whole ban and TikTok things. Like say in the background, Facebook lobbying the government, hey, you need to do something about Meta, China, whatever. In the background, Facebook lobbying the government to do that, and on the face they will be like, yes, for protection and this and whatever, but in the background, Facebook that's doing it because it's competition and they're trying to get out of the competition. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure somehow whoever passed whoever law who pushing this, they benefit in some way in the background. It might be direct, but some way, somehow.
And ladies and gentlemen, we will end on that. The views of Akeem from Red Big Tech are not the views of Hannah. I understand exactly what you're saying, but I get you totally because I believe it too. That's just... The underground economy is a thing, and technology that's pushing the underground economy. Just this week I was listening to our podcast, and a man was talking about how Telegram is the number one place for all illicit things right now. Because people stop using burner phones because you don't need to use a burner phone anymore. You literally have your own encrypted communication, and Telegram just like, bro, we just provide a service and we can't stop that because our service is legally binding as just secure messaging. And technology facilitating the underground market in ways that we don't even know, honestly. But that's the thing with tools.
Could be used for good or bad / evil.
You could take a hammer, with a hammer you could build a house, or you could bust a man's face. That was always my analogy. Well, not the bust face thing. I'll use different things, but the first one was always build a house. But there's so many other things you could do with a hammer. But and the tool that really matters the most right now is AI. And our friends at the European Union, they are very, very, very proactive when it comes to technology. Because we talk about the European Union so many times on the podcast. So we're going to talk about the European Union now. But now they have AI laws. And I'm a little bit concerned, and you are a little bit concerned too, about what an AI law could look like if you don't even know what you're trying to protect. We'll be back after the break to talk about that.
In today's digital age, every business is a strong online presence. to reach new customers and stay competitive. But not every business needs a complex website or a full-fledged e-commerce solution. At makeITsimpleTT, we understand that every business has unique needs, and we offer a range of tailored solutions to fit those needs. Over the years, we've helped many businesses. Our services include website design and development. We create a professional and user-friendly website like these that represent your brand and drives results. Invoicing and payment processing. We can streamline your billing process with a user-friendly invoicing system that integrates seamlessly with most payment gateways, and you can receive online payments easily. We also do automated order forms, which allows you to collect orders online and customer information effortlessly and send back automated emails, notifications, and reminders, and then you just have to make the sale at the end. And in some cases, we offer custom software development, where we can create a specialized software system that meets your business's specific needs. But the key to all this is that we make it simple. If it's not easy for you to use, then we failed. So you can contact us today to learn more about how we can help make your business more successful. You can WhatsApp us at 1-868-308-8799, or you can visit makeITsimpleTT.com/business.
So the European Union obviously have smart people, right? Obviously have smart technology people, and they always are ahead of the game. They deal with Apple, with the iPhone, with the slowing down the iPhone. They deal with the USB-C, which basically forced them to use USB-C. What else they did? They regulate Facebook and tell Facebook that they have to separate the data from going to the data centers in America and only using data centers.
The biggest thing is, do you accept the cookies? Do you reject the cookies?
Yes,
that's the biggest.
GDPR, yeah. So now they jumped the gun, and well, not they jumped the gun. There's like big tech execs say Europe's new AI law could harm innovation. So here's what the law says, right? The Artificial Intelligence Act. They are saying that they are putting a groundbreaking law aiming to harmonize rules on artificial intelligence. The so-called Artificial Intelligence Act, the flagship legislation, follows a risk-based approach, which means the higher the risk to cause harm to society, the stricter the rules. It is the first of its kind in the world and can set a global standard for AI regulation. So I'll go down to the paragraph that actually has the things that they consider to be high risk. The new law categorizes different types of artificial intelligence according to the risk. AI systems presenting only limited risk would be subject to very light transparency obligations, while high-risk systems will be authorized but subject to a set of requirements and obligations to gain access to the EU market. So they're saying if you want this AI to work in the EU market and you consider it high risk, you have to pass through us. But what is high risk? AI systems such as, for example, cognitive behavioral manipulation and social scoring will be banned from the EU because their risk is deemed unacceptable. The law prohibits the use of predictive policing based on profiling and the use of biometric data to categorize people according to specific categories such as race, religion, or sexual orientation.
Minority Report.
Minority Report. Wow. But if you think about AI and the things it has failed at so far, the EU seems to be concerned or calling something high risk when it manipulates your behavior or gives you some sort of social score. Remember the episode of Black Mirror where they had the app that was basically you could give people hearts and I'll rate them or something like that? Yeah. So they don't want EU to take over social media. Well, I'm trying to put it in a broad brush because it's very, very vague. And that's the issue that most people might have. We don't know what AI is actually going to do. We don't know what AI is going to look like, but they're trying to get ahead of what AI might do and deem it unacceptable. Like, the easy part is the predictive policing and profiling people on biometric data. Basically, that is very valid to me because when the AI sees a black person, they will automatically, based on historic data, say, okay, that person is most likely a criminal because of the data that we have, but the data that you had would have been most likely skewed towards a particular demographic, right? But it's very, very interesting that what they consider to be high risk, it will be it will almost be vindictive to certain companies to say, you implementing AI on your social network, that's high risk. You have to come through us and show us how everything works. And that's what the article on CNN saying. All the big techs, Meta and Amazon and all these people, they're saying, we'll have a problem because the question is, the new law will harm research and development. And R&D is how these companies, well, technically, but,
Yeah, 12 vague, like, to try and figure out exactly what is, what going to be allowed. It's vague. And when things vague, that means you could paint a broad brush at it, and you're not sure where your limit is, or where you could actually, all right, I could do this, I can't do that. When it's vague, you can't really plan, or you can't really plan and same thing, innovate or whatever. You're not sure what the rules are, so it makes it a bit difficult to just. Cause when you're doing stuff like that, sometimes it's hard to just let loose and try and go big and then close up the scope. But now the scope starting small.
I don't really mess up too much with Facebook and their statements. But Meta's AI chief, Yan Lee Chun, he said there are clauses in the EU AI Act and various other places that do not regulate research and development. I don't think that do regulate research and development. It's not a good idea. He said, I don't believe it's anywhere close. I don't think it's dangerous, frankly, certainly not today. AI systems might become a lot smarter in the future, but then they will be designed with appropriate safeguards, he added. But today, trying to figure out how to make future super intelligent IT AI systems safe is like asking in 1925, how do we make jet transport safe? And jet transport was not invented yet.
So they tried to go back on the article. You see where you say they'll be designed with appropriate safeguards coming from somebody from Meta.
Well, I kind of had to preface it and say, well, they really deal up too much with Meta and their statements. But, right, so let me look at it from both sides. The EU side is, this thing has the potential to become a revolutionary, world-changing thing. And we need to protect our people from the revolutionary, world-changing thing that's going to happen. And we don't want to get caught on the back foot. I believe that the EU is definitely trying not to be caught on the back foot when it comes to technology, and that's a good thing. But from the innovative side, which is the companies that are trying to use AI basically to make money off of people and create products that will boost their bottom line, well, lower the bottom line and boost the profits, they're saying, well, we had to try something, If we don't try something, we'll never be able to find out what it can do. And if we don't know what it can do, then we won't be able to make the place a better world. I don't know which I really thought.
Which side of the fence you think you'll lean more on? I get what the EU is saying, and the dilemma is that you need certain things, you need certain freedoms, in terms of developing technology and software and stuff like that, but as I say, these people's, at the end of the day, their bottom line is be profit, so they're not necessarily going and make sure everything audited or everything, as I say, the appropriate safeguards going and be in place. That might be an afterthought. They might just go wild and then be like, hey, you probably should do this, you probably should do that. Cause I think over the past few months or whatever, a lot of people from OpenAI actually left the company because of those same concerns that, they were more focused on profit rather than the safeguards and making sure you do it in a
I think they say bells and whistles or something like that.
Yeah, making sure things in place. So it's a balance, it's a balance, because on one end, we know it's inevitable, you know, but
based on...
You're going to trust the people who trying to sell to you to regulate the thing?
Based on what I have seen of the EU in the past 5 to 10 years, I will side with the EU.
Yeah.
Because the level of responsibility that tech companies take for destroying the world is very, very poor, in my opinion. Now, I am not a fan of the way social media works, especially as a teacher, seeing teenagers on a weekly basis struggling to manage how this world works with respect to social media, using it improperly, low self-esteem, all that kind of thing. I have a definite bias because I'm a part of a education system where social media is destroying a lot of the minds of children and putting them in positions where they shouldn't be too early in their life, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the EU's goal is to, because they have all kind of other things in the pipeline to ban social media for teenagers and all them kind of things in the pipeline we've seen already, right? The EU may have, they may be out of place in trying to put safeguards in place before AI is established. However, I think they are in place by putting the high risk and the low risk sort of mandate in, because the places where it will be high risk will be the social media companies. And when these social media companies start to use this AI, because up to this morning I was reading that your Facebook posts, all the Facebook posts, going to be used to feed Facebook AI. And to opt out, you have like 15 menus to pass through. Then to click I agree, and then can find the tick button after, all that kind of thing. Yeah, all of that is because, well, they want to make money. And nothing wrong with them wanting to make money. But the EU also has a job to be like, okay, if you want to make money here, you have to put some sort of, you have to pass through some sort of regulation, because you can't just make money off of taking advantage of people's lack of indiscretion.
As you talk about I kind of ahead of the curve in terms of Facebook trying to use their content. Because every now and again, you know, Facebook does bring up, hey, you have this memory from 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And I see it, I just cringe and I just delete it. So any memory come up, I just be like,
wow.
Why you say this crap? And I delete it.
Man, delete any memories as well. I guess maybe. Yeah, all right. Well, that's wild.
So you gotta go, like, you gotta scroll a lot to find anything on my Facebook.
You like see your memory. I'm on wipe it. Like, so when you remember certain things when you're a child, you just be like, I need to forget that.
No, like, you know, social media. Say,
you probably said like something out of pocket.
Yeah, like those students, no, they posting on social media, like it worse for them now. They posting things now. And you could imagine 10, 15 years from now, they looking back and seeing what they're posting. And it's like, and then say that somewhat they're working somewhere with their children and whatever. And your children see the crap you was posting, they be like, why was it that?
They will not be proud of themselves. Yes,
so like for them it's probably like 10 times worse, because they on social media since there's like in the early teens. I only on Facebook since my late teens, you know, so it's worse for them, because when you're early teens you're more susceptible to post more crap.
Yeah.
You know, but any memory come up 9 out of 10 times I delete it.
Yeah. All right, so in the end, I think the EU doing a good thing by putting stuff in, not so much they doing a good thing by jumping the gun, because they jump in the gun and they basically might stop certain innovations from taking place, but I'd rather they stop certain innovations from taking place than tech companies run wild and just be like, yeah, let's use AI to farm the data and get as much money out of these people as possible, and then start to hurt the society. I rather them pander onto the the lighter side and say, yeah, let's take it slow and come talk to us. And if you don't want to talk to us, cool. That's just a sign that you need to make sure that when you come correct. Because I do think their intention is to actually harm innovation. Their intention, based on their track record, is to actually make sure technology is implemented fairly. And
safely. Yeah.
And safely, yeah. And from what we know, they have smart people there. They have smart people there who kind of understand technology, its implications, and all those different things. Yeah. Right. Cool. That was good, man. That was good. I didn't think I would end up with that conclusion. I thought the E was being excessive. But after thinking about it and talking it through, they do the right thing. Like us conservative parents.
Yeah, they might be the ones to save us from the flamethrower dogs and stuff like that.
Not if North Korea has anything to say about it. Like very random story. What you going to say?
No, it's good. As you bring up North Korea, let's remember the crap they're doing to South Korea right now.
Oh, with the the hot air balloons kind of thing that dropping. The literal crap that they're doing.
Yeah.
All right, now if those of you listening, just go and check. Let's Google it with North Korea, South Korea, and air dropping or balloons or something like that, and you'll read that because I ain't want to talk about that. That'll be no. All right, let me go for a random story. Start off with Asus has a handheld. So now it have there's the PSP, there's the Steam Deck, there's the Asus ROG, you have the Nintendo Wii.
Handheld not seeing your screen.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I didn't press. Right here. Asus has a ROG, a handheld gaming PC. Handheld gaming is such a thing?
I don't know, because
okay, it's probably not a thing.
Here, collecting dust, and our gaming PC that I play games on over here. Our PS4 here. I don't even know if it's still working, collecting dust. So,
hey, you talk about my daughter.
That's I had good intentions, but I don't know.
I get a PS4 controller for my daughter so she could play FIFA on her laptop, yes. I
have two controllers somewhere. Yeah, right here.
All right, we'll talk. All right, so then we can talk about that. NVIDIA brings AI assistant to life with GeForce RTX AI PCs. They put the AI in the graphics card.
As we talking about, we can probably just talk about this. In gaming, AI is a thing donkey years now. So
yeah.
I guess you can't really let AI too loose in terms of gaming because you still need to kind of control the narrative in a sense, But it'll be good to see how some games would incorporate like this new wave of AI, in terms of probably not unlimited storylines, but you kind of had that in a sense, but in terms of where you can't go too wild.
No, you know what people going to say.
Yeah.
Because if you start playing the game, right, and the generative AI decide, okay, I have autonomy inside here, and the generative AI create a whole new narrative inside that game, create a whole new storyline, and then inside the game they have a sort of war, and the AI overthrow the code of the actual game, and then the game now decide, oh wait, let me connect to the internet, and then it connects to the internet and thinks the whole world is a game, and so that is tinfoil hatting. However, it is not that far-fetched. especially if the ChatGPT 4.0 had two AIs talking to each other.
Yeah.
Right? If you unleash AI inside of a game and let the game be run by AI,
nah, you can't. I don't think you could do that because hallucinations is still a thing, and I don't think any game publisher going to take that risk. That would be a big risk.
That is true. That's true.
You know,
because
you could probably
no
have it like in, like, you know, GTA. You know how GTA is in terms of
open world kind of thing.
Open world, characters that would only say like 5 different phrases.
Yeah, NPCs, you know? Basically. Yeah,
the NPCs, it could probably let the NPCs a little loose. Have some sort of personality.
Okay. So you're basically giving the NPC a prompt saying that you are a eccentric car dealer and you want to sell cars really badly. So make all your statements along the way of selling the cars. So when you go to the NPC, you'll probably hear different things each time. They'll probably fight it on a little more. But you still have the choice to come up on the screen to be like, yes, I will buy the car, or no, I will continue driving.
Yeah, every time you go back, there's where the EU style controls will come into place. There are certain controls or certain lines that, okay, you are a used car salesman, don't cross this line. Don't try to kill somebody or stop them if they don't want to buy a car. That type of thing. Call the police. You know, so there are ways I think you could kind of...
Okay. I see where you're coming from. Yeah, that would make the game a little more engaging because it wouldn't feel too pre-programmed.
Yeah.
But you just have to make sure the prompts are... I could see it.
And like, you know, some games, enemies, and the enemies just follow a certain pattern or say certain things. But like, if the enemies like smart, quote unquote, and could learn, and it'll make the game harder.
But you'll never beat the game. You'll never beat the game. That come like playing AI chess. If you play one of them Google DeepMind chess grandmasters. Well, not grandmasters, but if you go and play Google DeepMind in chess, you cannot win again. You know, the grandmaster of grandmasters cannot beat Google DeepMind in chess right now because it just knows everything. Like, so if you put out AI, that's what I was saying, it'll be very difficult to figure out what is easy, hard, medium, and legendary.
Yeah.
Like, if you're playing the game on easy, you're basically playing it without AI. But if you put it on legendary, then you put AI into this thing and let it learn your moves.
Yeah.
Every time, and much less if you connect that to some sort of grid where it's seeing everybody moves all over the world. If you play that game 6 months in, nobody beats in that game.
Yeah.
Because it already see all the possible things. What I want to see it is I want to see it in like sports games. Sports games could use it very well, like you say FIFA or FC 24, where the AI you could say, all right, I want to play against the AI, and the AI has been trained on 5,000 games, or the AI has been trained on 50,000 games, and the scaling level will be on how much training data the AI actually has. I think that would be a good...
So there has something like that right now where it have a mode, I forget the name of the mode, I think it's competitive mode, where you can play against the AI or the computer, as we just call it.
Yeah.
And the AI, the play style will be based on how competitive players just play, like the FIFA competitive players who use real skill moves, and they don't play as a normal AI. You know, try to play like a human.
Right.
You know, but again, it not really that good because do real unnecessary things that
because
a human wouldn't do. Yeah.
The training data that I'd have is very small to be like, well...
or the model they're using not making the right decisions in certain scenarios.
Yeah. I guess that could be the way that it would work for competitive games. But like quest games, it will be hard to get a quest game to... Aside from the NPCs I was talking about, it'll be hard to get a boss to play because you need data, you need training data. Unless the people who build in the game go down and sit down and play the game for 10,000 times to get enough data for the boss to figure out, okay, these are what humans usually do. This is how I adapt it, and this is how I make sure I'm going to beat them. I mean, there are legitimate game testers who get paid to play the game. But you had to get a large data set for it to make sense now for the boss to be that smart.
But like a game like GTA, where you could say normally is missions, and in between missions you have some stuff to do, but if you could have that type of immersion where everybody you interact with is like something new, you could literally just do that whole day, go around.
Yeah, but what happens when a gang is created in GTA that they didn't program? Yeah, when there's a new gang and the gang takes over the whole city, because that's what a gang's supposed to do, and all of a sudden you can't play GTA anymore because now you can't drive anywhere because the AI take over the game.
Join the gang.
Yeah.
Create your own gang.
Okay.
Nah, but I want to see how they start incorporating this new wave of AI into gaming. Because gaming kinda, the only game I really looking forward to playing probably is GTA 6 whenever that come out, if it come out. But other than that, yeah, don't really.
Well, that's you. My 12-year-old son will say differently. He played Need for Speed now like first time, and I just like, wow. These are the things that I was excited about when I was a boy. Upgrading your car, going into a drift race and thing. I was like, wow, the formula still holds. He got a new car and he's shouting, yes! I was like, what? I get him McLaren. I was like, wait, I remember when I got my first McLaren in Need for Speed. Yeah. So they're still holding with them. I don't think he really studied that too much. But okay, that's cool. That is cool. All right, y'all. We have elapsed. Our time has elapsed. So let's recap what we talked about. We spoke about Cybersecurity Operations Center, and well, during our discussion, lots of things came out, and well, we came to a conclusion that you should go back and listen to it if you didn't listen. And did you pay your taxes? We spoke about taxes and digital analytics with respect to taxes in Trinidad, if it will work or if it wouldn't work, and it seems to always come back down to people. And the EU isn't playing with AI at all. And the conclusion that at least I came to, well, I think we both came to that conclusion that the EU being very shrewd with how AI is implemented is true to form, and it may actually be good. Granted that most companies don't care about what they do. So, and then your random story was AI in gaming, which was quite funny. Funny. All right, my name is Mr. Charles from makeITsimpleTT at makeITsimpleTT. Andre Charles is my name. You can find me at makeITsimpleTT on the socials, wherever socials are. And big up to Samuel, who sent me a message, and Samuel Greenwich, and another one sent me a message also on Instagram. They listen to
Samuel,
the podcast.
Samuel.
Yeah, they listen to the podcast from start to finish. And to all the folks of you, to all those of you that listen on YouTube, nice to have you. It's good to know that if, I can't remember, I think it's 5 people, because 7% of the 50 people, somewhere around there. Yeah, I think it's about 4 or 5 people that's listened to the podcast straight through on YouTube. And sorry for calling you weird last week, because when I was driving, I'll play up a YouTube video to play, and I'll just listening to the audio on the Bluetooth on the van. So, big up to all you. That's me, and my co-host is
Akeem from Redbit_tech, a guy who posts videos, not like my co-host, who hasn't posted anything, even though he promised to post.
No. I get a 1K video. And I have 4 more waiting. I just spacing it out. Remember last week I told you I had to go and record 5 videos? Yeah. I recorded all 5. Only 1 went up so far.
Right. So if you record 5, you have 5 days in a week.
No.
It's not for 5 weeks.
You're trying to
go back to your heyday, your
grind,
2020, 21 heyday, when every day you post a video.
Every day. I don't think I can.
That was the glory days.
I don't think I can.
I think I post a video every day straight for like 2 years.
No, it's Monday to Friday. They didn't post on weekends. I remember
at that point in time, every day I used to post, like every single day. Like during COVID lockdown, nothing to do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, them 5 videos gonna stretch out. For sure. The second one they waiting, but I ain't scheduled it yet. I'll just schedule it out. But I have all kind of things. I have a video that I'm going to do about the TT post fishing, like literally educate people exactly on what the things to look for.
Yeah.
But you might get to do that before me. So
no, I don't think I do a video on that.
All right, y'all. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see y'all next week in episode 69. And we will have a few interviews coming up in July, most likely. So I'm organizing a lot of interviews right now, just in case y'all have anybody that you want to interview or think that we should interview. You can message us and let us know, and we will definitely try to get them on. Once they talk in tech from the Caribbean or Trinidad and Tobago, we would love for that to take place. So later, we'll see y'all. Well, we'll hear y'all. I mean, y'all hear us. All right, next week. Yeah.